All praises to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. And this is going to be a lesson on something that I'm starting to really realize, man, about how this earth is. And it's that all the different people on the earth, man, they all want to have control over the Israelite man. They all want to have control over the Israelite man, including the Israelite woman, right? And let me just go to this first. This is Psalm chapter 2 and verse 1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against Yahweh and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. And the main person that they're saying this about when they're thinking about this is the Israelite man. Because when you think about a nation ruling, you think about the man being in charge first. Even though the women of our nation have been tricked into believing that they're supposed to rule, because Esau set them up in a situation over the men. And because Yahweh aided Esau doing this, because we was cursed and we're under the curses, the Israelite woman was able to then beat over the Israelite man and guide a whole nation. And she guided it into the dirt, man. They have, since the Israelite woman being in charge over a nation is over this nation. And when you see the results of how it is, that's the perfect example of why a woman should not be in charge of a nation. And that's why the Israelite men are so triggered in America when it comes to the whole voting thing, which is all BS anyway. But that's why they're so triggered, because they're like, man, we've seen how whether Kamala Harris is an Israelite woman or not, like, it's neither here nor there. But the point is that they're saying she is, though. So a lot of Jakes are triggered by that thought, man, of her ruling over a whole country, man. Because all them Jakes that have got a problem with her ruling, they actually believe in this whole political thing. They actually believe that the whole voting thing works. So if you don't vote, you shouldn't complain and all that. They actually believe this stuff. So they're triggered when they think about a so-called black woman ruling over them, because they've seen how a so-called black woman ruled in their family home. They've seen how their mother never really had any kind of advice to handle certain situations that were real situations, man. And a lot of you women, man, like, you really don't understand that you're not supposed to be in charge. Your arrogance has deceived you. Your wickedness has deceived you, and you actually believe that you're supposed to be in charge. But then when we actually analyze your lives and see how you do things, you end up finding that now you're not supposed to be in charge, because you never want to be blamed for nothing. You want to be the ruler, but then you never want to be blamed for nothing. You want to blame the father for not being around if your child ends up being a flop, but then you want to take the credit if the child ends up being successful in a financial way. You women want to make exactly the same amounts of money as men, but then with your money, you don't want to be required to do all the same things that men do that you expect men to do with their money. And what does the man get at the end of it? He gets you that's been slept with by a whole bunch of other guys that he will never know about. In truth, he will never know about all the different men that you've did a madness with out there in this world. Only you will really know. Even your own friends won't really know the depths of how you've moved in and maneuvered yourself in this world, man. Only you will know, really, and Yahweh. But in your attitude, you'll be trying to make out like you never did none of that stuff. But the guy will be able to a certain degree, will be able to smell it on you and be like, this woman seems a bit dirty, man. You women have got a lot of nerve out here. It's ridiculous how arrogant you women are, when really, what have you did so great on the earth? Some of you women actually expect praise for having babies, but some of you have had more babies that you decided to get rid of than that you've actually had. Some of you women ain't even got no children and might have got rid of 2 or 3. And then you got the nerve to say that women should deserve praise because of giving birth. And I'm thinking, give birth without a man's seed then? Can you do that? No, you can't. Make the child come out the way that the father wants it to come out. If the father's 5'9" and he says, I want the child to be 6'5", so my son can be strong when he's walking around this earth, can you women do that? No, you can't. If the father says, I want it to be a boy, can you women say, okay, I'll cook that up for you right now? No, you can't. If he says he wants it to be a girl, can you say, okay, I'll hook that up for you right now? No, you can't. If he says, I want you to make sure that the baby doesn't have any diseases or ailments when it's born, can you women perform that? No, you can't, man. You can't perform that. And then yet y'all are so gassed up off yourself, man. The Israelite woman's so desperate to be in charge over the Israelite man. And then they're wondering why the Jakes that believe in that whole voting thing don't want to vote for no woman. They're triggered, man. Because they've seen how you Israelite women did them in their family homes, man. It takes for most men to become an adult to really realize why a lot of their dads weren't even around in their life, man. Because the scriptures are clear. It's better for a man to live on a roof. It's better for a man to live on a rooftop than in a house with a loud and contentious woman. Don't it say that? Doesn't it say it's better for a man to live with a dragon than with a rude and contentious woman? Don't it say that in there? But women in their mind, they think that it's the man that's wrong all the time. Oh, because the man ain't got this amount of money. Oh, because the man ain't got that amount of money. And I'm thinking, hang on. But you're broke yourself. So why are you talking? Why are you talking so much? Why are you talking so much when you ain't rich yourself? Like, I don't understand who some of these people actually think they are in this world. What kind of delusions are on there to where they're trying to talk about people being poor when they ain't even all that themselves in life. And if they have got some kind of money, they've had to sell out so much, right, that the money ain't even worth nothing no more now because they've got it stained, man. This is Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 9. It is better to dwell in a corner of the housetop than with a brawling woman in a wide house. So women will be trying to talk about, oh, how men ain't got this and men ain't got that. Listen, man, it's better for a man to live in a 1-bed studio, right, where if he rolls over, he'll damn near be inside the oven, than in a mansion with a woman running her mouth all day. It'll be better for that. And men don't need all that kind of stuff that women need to be able to feel like they've made it in this world. Men don't need none of that stuff, man. Men don't care about that stuff like that. And the apostles go into Stoicism and Epicureanism. It's pretty much like a standard default setting that all women are born Epicurean. There ain't no such thing really as no women that's Stoic. Not really. That's not a woman's spirit, man. They always have to be in a mix of things. And that's why any day that gets invented just randomly out of the blue that's about worshipping women, they're down to worship it all the time. And now let's go into Esau. How Esau really wants to have power over the Israelite man. And he's kind of in like a joint contract now with Eve to where, okay, I'll give you like a co-manager role over the Israelite man and we'll both screw them over together. That's how it is. There's like an unspoken rule between the Israelite woman and the Israelite man. And the Israelite woman knows, there's an unspoken rule between the Israelite woman and the Edomite man. And the Israelite woman knows that she's doing this, right? And she's only going to start admitting all the wickedness that she did when all hell breaks loose, man. Because it takes for you women in this world to damn near feel like you're about to go to the spirit world to start confessing some of the evil that you've did, man. You women are really actually quite oblivious and selective with your memory when it comes to the evil that you've did, man, against the Israelite man and against your whole nation and against your own children. Some of you Israelite women have got rid of so many Israelite children as a combined unit, and you've got the nerve and the audacity to try and talk about things that men do. Most of you Israelite women are not rich yourself, and you got the nerve to try and talk about and watch up men's pockets when you ain't rich. Here it is now, supposedly you women can run around and do anything, be anything you want to be. According to you women, a so-called black woman's running for president, according to you women, right? So the world's your oyster. The world's your oyster, supposedly, and you ain't really doing it like you think you are. Really. Not really. Not really. Most of the choices that women are still choosing are things based on their appearance and being all up in the mix with everyone else. And then even when they do supposedly have some kind of money, they're still watching a man's money all the time. And over here in the UK, we got a thing going on called a cost of living crisis. You understand? There's a cost of living crisis over here in the UK. And still women are proud over here. And a bunch of demons. When if they was to be judged and assessed by how much money they make, they'd be broke themselves. But anyway, let's go on to Esau. This is Ezekiel chapter 35 and verse 10. Because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine, and we will possess it. Whereas Yahweh was there. So the way how Esau looks at the Israelites is like, I'm going to be their most high. And all of their works and all the things that they do to build themselves up, that's going to be done to empower me now. That's going to be done to build up my thing. And if they ain't building up, doing things to build up what I'm got going on, well then forget them. They're useless. In his arrogance, that's how he actually thinks, man. Therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh, I will even do according to thine anger and according to thine envy, which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them, and I will make myself known among them when I have judged thee. And thou shalt know that I am Yahweh, and I have heard all thy blasphemies which thou hast spoken against the mountains of Israel, saying, they are laid desolate and given us to consume. And that's how the Edomites have been talking about the Israelites, man. But not only them, right? The women have been talking like that. The women of our own nation have been talking like that about us, man. Because all throughout this earth, everyone wants to have control over the Israelite, man. And that's why even when they try and make it like, oh, everything's equal and everything's even, whenever they see a Jake that's made it to a high level in this world without having to become a rapper or a sports or something like that, they're always shocked. They're always shocked and always want to ask, oh, what do you do for a living? But that it wouldn't be a shock to your system that a Jake's been able to make it if the world's really as fair as you say it is. The reason why you're shocked is because you're thinking, hang on, somehow this blackie here has been able to escape through my system and make it, and I'm upset with that because I've got to make it first, and then after I make it, my son's got to make it, and then after my son's made it, then my grandson's got to make it, and then I don't care about what they do as long as all of us have got ours. But then if my great grandson now has a child, well now them blacks have got to give up a portion of their thing so that he can have it. And then after he's all right, then I don't care anymore. But then after he has a son or a daughter, well then now I care again. That's how these Edomites are, man. They're demons. Verse 13, thus with your mouth have ye boasted against me, and have multiplied your words against me, and I have heard them. So every single time you people talk shit about the Israelite man in particular, who's going to rule the earth one day, you're talking smack about Yahweh, because who put the Israelite man in the position that he's in? Who put him there? Wasn't it Yahweh that put him there? Wasn't it Yahweh that gave him a whole path that he was going to go through to become a ruler of the earth? Wasn't it Yahweh that did that to him? Yes, it was. Yahweh said it's like going on a narrow path that there's fire on one side and that there's deep water on the other side, and only one man can go at a time, man. And you people mocked that path. You people was like, man, these people are useless. These people ain't this. These people ain't that. But all along, that was the path. And people did that to Yahweh Shai. People was mocking Yahweh Shai, man. And even when they saw that Yahweh Shai didn't do nothing wrong with these Edomites that saw it, they was like, he ain't did nothing wrong. They still was like, yeah, we're still gonna kill him anyway though. So they ain't righteous themselves. Because they could have stood up and been like, nah, you ain't killing this man, he ain't did nothing wrong. I'm getting Barabbas. But they was just worried about their personal opinion and how they was gonna look politically. So it was like, forget this man, I don't care if he's righteous. That's what they really did. They really deep down was like, yeah, I hope he is exactly who they say they are, because then that means I'm able to kill him. And that's less competition. They didn't care. They didn't care really. Verse 15, as thou didst rejoice at the inheritance of Israel because it was desolate. That's what everyone did. They've laughed at, in particular, the Israelite man, because we've been through for a long time. They've laughed, man. But now in around the world, they're starting to look like that. And they're expecting us to care. The Israelite woman's got their nerve to try and been wondering why we don't want to vote for a woman that they're saying is their people. Like that they're saying is like them. Well, we've seen how y'all are. If you think the Israelite woman's proud now, yeah, pride levels will go up through the roof just because some woman that they think's in charge, thinks of them is you know what I mean? And it's so mad that the Israelite woman is so down to be trying to claim that woman, because when in certain places in this world, man, when a beautiful Israelite woman, right, that's got long hair, but her mom might be an Edomite or Indian or something like that, gets around these hood rat Eves, they do not want to claim her. They're like, nah, you mixed, girl. Nah, you mixed, girl. Nah, you mama white. Your mama white. Your mama Indian. You got some Indian in you, girl. They don't want to claim them. But when it comes to her, they're down to claim it because it's a extra boost to their ego and what they think they got going on. And they ain't gonna do nothing. They ain't gonna change up their ways if it, you know what I mean? All they're gonna do is twerk. Most of these women, that's all they know how to do. A funeral, oh, let's twerk. Oh, it's a wedding, oh, let's twerk. Oh, it's my kids' parents' evening. Let me wear some booty shorts and like they're just lost, bruv. And these Israelite women and these women in general are always down to they don't mind disappointing the men of our nation, right? But then when it comes to everyone else, they're down to like try and supplicate in some kind of way and find a common ground, but they never try and find a common ground with us though, really. But just wait, man. Watch when the changeover comes, man. Watch. Just wait, all you demon people out there, man. Watch, man. And it's definitely gonna happen. It's definitely gonna happen, man. And all these women out there that are trying to cause confusion and delay in men's lives. Just wait, man. You demon women out there, man. Because you feel empowered right now because this society's told you all these lies about how you're supposed to be and how a man's supposed to do all everything under the heaven for you, and you don't have to do nothing for him. Well, wait till this society falls that you've all trusted in. And you think that the men are going to really believe your humble nature then. We're going to know it's fake. We're going to know you're only saying this stuff now because the society's fallen. You wasn't saying that stuff a month ago when it was up. You wasn't saying that stuff 3-6 months ago. You wasn't saying that stuff 7 months ago, 8 months ago, a year ago when the society was up. Now you're talking, trying to be nice. Nah, you wasn't saying that before. Verse 15, as thou didst rejoice at the inheritance of the house of Israel, because it was desolate. And that's all these people on the earth. They all rejoiced at the fall of the Israelite man. Because when they see us, they are envious even still. They're always trying to compete even still, man. We might be walking down the street and they're in their car that they've killed themselves for and financed to get, and they'll see us and they start revving it. Just revving it up for no reason, man, just being a demon. Brothers might be teaching and they stand and a guy in a nice car comes by and sees them and they just start revving up the car, man. Or overly playing the stereo loud, like they're just trying to compete with us, like because they know for somewhere in their spirit that they're inferior to us and they can't explain why. And then when they hear the answer as to why that we're the Israelites, that's too much for them to handle, so they scoff. They're like, nah, that's never could be it, nah. Thou shalt be desolate, O Mount Seir, and all Idumea. even all of it, and they shall know that I am Yahweh. So all you Edomites that you wanted to be control over the Israelite man, you're going to pay. You're all going to pay, man. And all you nations that tried to lie and make out like our nation was done away with, you're all going to pay too. You're all going to pay, man. Psalm chapter 83 and verse 2, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. And that started with the Israelite man. That's where it started, man. All these people around the world have tried to destroy us, man. It's sickening. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. And part of the way how they tried to cut us off from being a nation was turning the women of our nation against us, and they did a beautiful job on that. They did a beautiful job on that, man. Like, there's so many videos coming out. Apostles, elders, brothers, don't trust her, saying don't trust the Israelite woman. And you know what? They're not wrong to say that. They're not wrong to say that, man. Before I knew I was an Israelite, I knew that the Israelite woman was a demon. I was starting to really figure out that the Israelite woman was a demon, man. I started seeing the videos from that guy, Tommy Sotomayor, and how he was going in on the Israelite woman all the time, which I didn't know was an Israelite woman at that time. I thought it was just a black woman. And I couldn't argue with any of the things he was saying. I couldn't argue against any of the things he was saying, man, because I was seeing the same things in real life, and I was seeing it from the things that he was talking about. It couldn't be argued. And now it's even worse how they are. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites, of Moab and the Hagarenes, Gabal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines and the inhabitants of Tyre. So many enemies have we got, man. All these people on the earth, they're just envious against us, man. They just hate our guts. They just hate our guts, man. Because we ain't really, in this life now, did too much to these people where they should have a problem with us. But they got a problem with us because of what we believe. They just hate us because of what we believe now, man. This is Matthew chapter 11 and verse 18. For John came neither eating and drink nor drinking, and they say he hath a devil. The Son of Man came eating and drinking, and they say, behold, a man gluttonous and a winebibber, a friend of publicans and sinners, but wisdom is justified of her children. Right, all over this earth, man. Women are talking crazy about the Israelite man. And it's mainly all women of our nation, because the women of the other nations, they don't talk about the Israelite man the same way as the Israelite woman talks about him. They don't disrespect the Israelite man nowhere near as much as the all these other nations talk about the Israelite man. The Israelite woman's got a real hatred in her heart for Jake, man. They really hate our guts for the most part, man. But then they're not the only ones, though. Esau hates our guts too. Ishmael hates us. And I'm talking about the men of the nations. They really hate our guts too, man. Because we're competition for them. We're competition, man. Because we're straightforward people as the Israelite man is. If the Israelite man's got a problem with something, he's going to speak about it, man. We ain't really too soft when it comes to letting the people know what we think about them, man. We ain't like that. We tell people about themselves if it's necessary. Whereas everybody else, they're weasels, man, and they're snakes in the grass. Faking and fronting like they're good people and they're not good people. Pretending like they wouldn't ever harm this or harm that. No, you would harm something. Because you have harmed. Because you have harmed, man. But you're all going to pay for all of that you did to us. Including the women of our nation. And I'm going to get Micah chapter 7. This is Micah chapter 7 and verse 8. Rejoice not against me, O my enemy. When I fall, I shall arise. When I sit in darkness, Yahweh shall be a light unto me. And we've got loads of enemies as Israelite men. There's even other Israelite men that are our enemies down here. And most of you other people on this earth, you could never handle the position that we're in right now, man. You people wouldn't be able to handle it. You people wouldn't be able to handle all the snares and traps that you people put us in. right? All the traps that you people try and put us in to try and get us in trouble in some way, in one way or another. You people couldn't be able to handle going through all of this, but you're more than content doing it to us, though, aren't you? You've been more than happy to do all of this to us. But then now that there's an inflation of prices and everyone's being affected, you want to review the society all of a sudden, or we need to review this. You know what I mean? Or we need to do a review on the earth now. Now that your Lily Edomite woman is just doing a madness, she'll just now get rid of both her parents and send them to the spirit world and just be living in the house with them for 4 years. And now you want to review, or we need to review how she came across to be like this. Why is she like this? Because you're just like that. You've always been like that. But everyone's been watching the Israelite man so much that they forgot that everyone else has been sinning too. And I'm really getting sick of it, man. I'm getting sick of everyone trying to overly watch what the Israelite man is doing. They're expecting the Israelite man to take care of a nation of women that really don't like them. If every single Jake became worth 10 million right now, yeah, the Israelite woman would have the nerve to try and actually think that she's gonna be first dibs to get a taste of the money. And the proof on that is when that video came out not long ago, where there was like Japan was talking about how we need so Israelite men, but they were saying so-called black men, we need so-called black men to have babies with our women. You know that one woman, I think her name's Tasha K. She was talking about, yeah, we need to let you know, we need to know what you're gonna give us. I'm thinking, huh? What's all this us stuff? They wasn't asking for you Israelite women. They was asking for the Israelite man. So why are you talking about what you're gonna give us? What you mean? What you mean, man? We're the nation. The Israelite man's the nation. If all the Israelite women get taken out, right, the Israelite nation still exists. Whereas if all the men get taken out, the Israelite nation, unless Yahweh performs a miracle and makes another Israelite man out of stones, the Israelite nation's gone. And that's what these women do not understand. And that's not no special rule for the Israelites. No, that's a rule for any nation. Any nation, if all the men do no longer exist, the nation is done. Verse 10, then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her. So you women are going to be embarrassed, man, for all the dodgy things that you did against us, man. And all you other people are going to be shamed as well, especially Esau. And the scriptures on that when we're talking about Esau and how he's going to feel. Isaiah 14th chapter is a good place. Isaiah 47 as well is another good place. Wherefore, where is your Lord thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now she shall be trodden down as the mire of the streets. Right? They're gonna be, mate. It's gonna be bad for the Israelite woman. And now I'm gonna get on Esau because they're the two main demons that have been causing us a madness in our life, man. They're the two main spirits of chaos against us, man. Isaiah chapter 47 and verse 5, sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no be called for thou shalt no be called the lady of kingdoms. Esau's power is going to start getting torn down, man. They're already starting to be despised around the earth because of them small hat ones. You know what I mean? That's been the catalyst of them to where people are like, man, these people are wicked. And the more America starts siding with them and all the other countries start siding with them, the more it's going to start making everyone look at Esau dodgy in all the categories of their nations, man. They're going to start looking like, okay, yeah, okay. So America keeps backing them up no matter what they do. Okay, so really then, America's the problem because they wouldn't be doing this stuff that they're doing if America wasn't backing them. So in order to stop them from doing what they're doing, you know what? We have to stop who's enabling them. And the person enabling them is America. So America's got to go. And all the nations are going to start looking at America and they're going to start ignoring what them people are doing. They're like, okay, I see what you're doing, but really, the reason why they're doing that is because these people behind them are letting them do that. It's the man behind the curtain that's allowing them to have all that arrogance and pride. And the man behind the curtain is America. And people are going to start realizing that America's the problem, man. All around the earth. Man, like, okay, pipelines got damaged. Well, who did that? Oh, I think it was America that did that. My daughter's dressing like a harlot now. Why is she doing that? Well, she is listening to all these musicians that come from America. So America's the problem. Verse 7, as thou saidest, I shall, and thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever. In fact, verse 6, I was wroth with my people, I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thy hand. And that's what Esau forgets. Yahweh gave you a chance to rule over us for now, to see what you would do. Thou didst show them no mercy, and showed us no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou verily laid thy yoke, you didn't even have mercy on the elderly, man. And thou sayest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to heart, neither didst thou remember the latter end of it. And what's the latter end of it? That you're going into captivity under us. And that all the things that you did to us as a nation, you're going to have to pay. That's what you didn't consider. That's the latter end that you didn't consider, man. Verse 8, therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, and that sayest in thine heart, I am and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. But these two things shall come upon thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries and the great abundance of thine enchantments, because of all the witchery he was doing, man. You damn demons. And it's gonna run out, man. Because really, it never had any power. Yahweh allowed you to do it, man. All the stupid things that you did were really not valuable. Yahweh allowed it, whatever you asked for in that time on the left hand side, Yahweh was enabling you to get it. Just so that you could actually believe that those left hand things were stronger than the right hand. But it wasn't though. And that's why when you see the actual right hand of Yahweh, his son, you ain't gonna be able to do nothing. Verse 10, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me, thy wisdom and thy knowledge have perverted thee, and thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to pull it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. You ain't gonna understand why this is happening, man, because you've trusted in the wickedness. Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast laboured from thy youth. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou mayest prevail. If witchcraft, all this madness works, well then when you see Hawashai, you're going to be able to win then, ain't you? Shalom.